Small business owners and marketing professionals, this video and this video series is for you. Hi, my name is Matt Plapp. I'm a marketing consultant from Northern Kentucky, just south of Cincinnati, Ohio. For the last 4 to 5 years, I've had an idea. I've done a lot of seminars, and in those seminars, I've coined the phrase create your own radio station. Now, I'll get to that a little later, so stay tuned on that. But one of my goals in this video series is to use each video as a chapter in a book, and then sometimes by the end of 2017, create a book about how you can create your own radio station, a small business owner's marketing guide. And it's a quick read, it's a quick idea, but it's going to be powerful. It's something I've used with many businesses over the past 7 to 8 years of my consulting and had a lot of success with. So everything I've done, and I'm going to preach, I've done. I've done good, I've done bad, I've done very, correctly is a term. I've done also very wrong. So I want to walk you through who I am, how I've gotten here, and then I'll talk about the radio station idea. So first, my background is back in 2000, 1999, 2000. I was in radio from 99 to 03, and I worked for WGRR Oldies 103.5, and I learned a lot. I was an advertising sales professional. I got into it because my father's a sales trainer. He's in sales. He taught me how to sell, and my background was radio and television, and I realized there wasn't a career in me being a sportscaster, so I got into the sales side of it. Early on, it was about making a sale. It was about selling advertising, selling events, selling promotions. Within a year or two, I came to realize that it was a lot less about selling something and about helping business owners with the right decision. And I remember the first 6 months to a year, I look back at some of the stuff I sold, and I shouldn't have sold it. They shouldn't have bought it. But you know what? I was good at what I did. They didn't know what they were doing. They did it. Second, third year, I got into more of a consultation where I came to learn about what these business owners needed. I wasn't scared to walk out of a meeting without a sale because I'd say, you know what I have won't work for you, or what I have will work. But a lot of times I tried to find solutions that would help them out. And that's kind of what really created what I'm doing today, is that I created a lot of connections with people that knew that I was in it for them, and I didn't come to them just with my hand out, that I was coming to them with, hey, how can I help you? I'll put stuff in their hand. And so that's my background as far as that. I'll give you a quick story because I remember about 2 years in, I had a friend of mine that was in marketing. He was a marketing director for a small company. And I remember he came to me after about 2 or 3 years. He said, Matt, I just want to let you know that early on when you got into this business and you were in advertising sales, I looked at that as the used car salesman of the marketing world, that you were just out pushing, hawking stuff. And I was the one marketing director of business. And I thought I was up here and you were down here. And he said, it's vice versa. He said, I look at what you've accomplished and I look at the day-to-day conversations you get to have with small business owners. And honestly, you've got 5 to 10 master's degrees in marketing over my one I got from a textbook. He told me, he said, I've been working in an office and doing little things here and there and working with a small budget. You're out talking to 30, 40, 50 business owners every month, and you're hearing what's working. And he's right. I never thought of it that way, but he's right. And I appreciated that. And it really gave me a perspective because I did learn a lot. I would sit down and talk to companies and say, what are you doing outdoor? Is outdoor working, direct mail working, radio, TV, couponing? Back then, the internet was in its very, 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 very early stages and really didn't exist from an advertising standpoint yet. And so from there, in 2003, 99, we started a family boat and RV dealership, me, my brother, and my dad. Around 2003, I went full-time with that. I was working for 3 or 4 years, 2 careers. And in 2003, I went full-time with that to go full force because the business had grown. And in that time, what I learned was invaluable because that was the startup of the internet and email. In 2002 to 2004, we did a lot on the internet. We were getting about 2,500 unique users a month to our website, which was great for a small one-location boat and RV dealership. We were selling a lot of products nationwide on it, and we were doing email marketing. And we were doing, back then, social media. And I'll get to that, the early stages of social media. But a lot of what we did, we stumbled upon. It was an accident, but it went great. We sold a lot of product. I learned a lot in that time. But what I also learned is that very few people came in to my business with their hand like this. Their hand was like this. Buy something from me. Give me money. I don't care if it'll work or not work. Give me money. None of them ever came and dropped nuggets in my hand. And a conversation I had crafted what I have built today in my consulting firm, in that I had an ad agency we worked with, and they were great guys. They did a great job. I was just too busy. The business has gotten too big, and I needed their help. And in the conversation, I said, you've never brought me an idea that is free. And I wondered why. And he said, well, Matt, we only make a commission if you spend money. And I don't know why a light bulb went off there, but it did. And I went, wow, he's right. He's an advertising agency. He only can make money if I spend money. And there's no incentive for him to bring me ideas, at least in his world. In my world, there is. I want to bring people because you know what? If I can make your business grow, and if I was paid on commission, the more you would spend. But like with my consulting firm, my clients are all flat rate. I don't make money off if they spend $100,000 or $1 million. I make the exact same amount because I don't want to have my opinion changed on what they should do based on how much they spend. So that's my background there. And I tell you that because what I teach and what I talk to people about and what I'm going to write in this book are all ideas that I've worked on. Wasn't an advertising salesman and that's it. A lot of people I know either have worked in small business or they've worked in advertising. They've not worked in both. And a lot of them haven't worked in the ad agency side. I've worked in all three elements of the marketing. And I've seen it. I always tell a lot of clients, I get a client, they'll say, hey, Matt, how do we know this is going to work? Why would you do this? And I say, you know what? Every decision I present to you, I wouldn't present if I wouldn't do it myself. I own two other businesses as well. One of them's a retail business, one of them's a marketing business. And both of them, we use the exact tactics that I use for my clients. So now that we've got through that, I got some notes here I want to cover real quick that I want to make sure I got everything going. Creating your own radio station and what is that? That's going to be the first chapter I cover in the book. And I'll get more in depth in that, but I want you to think about this. If you rely on media outlets to your only form of advertising, you're constantly going to be writing them checks every month, whether it's a radio station, a TV station, newspaper, print, Facebook ads, website ads, direct mail, coupon magazines. You need to figure out how to create your own list, your own biosphere, I guess, your own little earth, your own radio station. You need to create your own conglomeration of customers that you can reach out to when you want to, and you don't got to write anybody a check for them. And I challenge you, all of you that are watching this video have the ability to build a larger reach on a daily basis than any radio station could ever give you. And I'll explain that in the first chapter. So hey, that's it. I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions or any ideas on what you'd like to see in the book, email me, matt@mattplapp.com. And remember, start creating your own radio station.